Hey guys, John from SurfFX, and we're looking at the Duotone Float. Now this is the latest wing. It's, right now it's April 2025. These have just come out because it is their kind of late release wing that they do kind of more for the Northern Hemisphere. And for us coming into our wave season here in Australia, it's great because this is their wave wing. Now, they've just gone down the path of getting a bit more specialized in the wings. So their other stuff is a bit faster. The unit is a bit more free ride orientated now. It's got more backhand pressure. That's probably one of the main things. This being wave specific, like their wave kites, something pretty good with that is that it also lends itself to being a really good beginner item because, things that make it great for waves also make it really stable and easy to learn with. So that's all a bonus. I'll run you through some of those little features in a sec. This is the 5 meter. They do a 2.5 to a 5.5. They are very grunty. So the grunt comes from the shape. Basically, you've got the front section here is not super high tension. It's looser, so you've got a lot of forward lift on it and a lot of power through there. You see the outline, it's quite flat through the whole, it's not really pulled down, raked around, and that's how it helps it get that softer tension. You can see it here, like especially in this area, how it's just a little bit softer, but when there's wind in that, it really pulls upwards into that middle bit and particularly loads on the front hand, so it gives it a nice positive feel. Also adds, that's for stability on a wave. Something else you notice, as a 5, I'm tall, I'm 6'2". As a 5 meter, this is quite tall through the center strut. That just allows it to just float behind. But as a beginner, positive thing, it is less likely to roll over the back, which is a pain in the butt. Wingtips, you also have a shorter wingtip, so you're less likely to tip grab that on a wave, and that as a beginner, you're not going to be touching the tips of the water as easily as some of the ones that have the tip that come right down and around. So have a look at what kind of features on the inside of this make it a little bit more wave oriented. All right, this is the business end of the wing, as we know, so you can see that flatter profile again. And you'll notice that it's got a boom. 2 reasons for this, and it doesn't have the attachment points if you wanted to run handles. It's boom only. They do that to keep the weight down, keep the cost down. Cost-wise, this is actually the cheapest wing that Duotone do, which is fantastic, seeing as it's the newest and it's a wave, and it's going to be super beginner friendly, but actually wave performance. So yeah, you don't have the extra attachment points, that adds weight, and the handles have more ends on them, that adds weight. So the boom is the lightest, and it, you want to be able to shift your hands around. This fusion handle is called. They've got that pistol grip on the front. This, you notice, is way forward. That attachment point is as far as it can physically go on here. So they've done a big improvement on that front handle, but a lot of guys who have tried our demo are just running it off here and just using that front handle section there to just to fly it behind. Again, a little beginner feature. As a beginner, when you are reaching under this wing to pick it up, to get going when you're sitting on the board, having that nice and close is less of a reach, so it's nice and easy to go to just pick that straight up. The stability of this wing comes from that shape we talked about before, where it's a little bit softer, it's a little bit flatter, but it also gives you, this gives you that stability in the wave. So everyone knows this when you're walking to the beach, holding it, they want to rock around. The main focus of this wing is for the driftability, so that when you hold your hand out, flying it down, behind you or ahead of you on a downwinder, that it is stable. So they have put that bigger handle on. It's a little bit more rigid, but it's wider, so you can adjust your hand position, because a lot of times you will be holding it there as you're on a wave. But it really keeps it stable from rocking around. They put these little battens in. Again, keep some weight down. They are only one little reinforced layer with a little kind of that foam plastic end on it, kind of neat. And you'll notice that they've kind of done away with the windows, so that window material is heavier. And the material on this, they use their standard ripstop here, so you can get that flex, but being in the waves, they want it a little bit more durable. So this is a new material they use here, and it definitely feels much more robust than what they've used previously. So it's the mode, I think it's the mode 3S or something like that. One of the new, what do they call it? Yeah, mode 3S. So it's that mode 3, which is their cross cross-woven material, super tiny little squares now. So they've doing that, they've just got more of those reinforcing directional threads in the ripstop. So pretty cool to have it, you know. They can't make it indestructible because you'd never be able to lift it, but to try to beef it up a little bit for the wave, for wave use is fantastic.